Exterior, outdoor swimming pool, day. The sun shines on the pool. Cindy, wearing a one-piece swimsuit with the word lifeguard on its front, sits atop an unnecessarily high lifeguard chair, engrossed in an e-book. The passage reads, "In the stately palace room, Prince Marcus pulled the fair maiden to his breast and said, 'This is all yours now. I am forever your servant.' Seraphina then smiled and passionately kissed the regent." Interior, throne room, day. Daydream. Cindy is in the arms of the athletic, dark-haired Prince Marcus. She now wears an elegant wedding gown. Music plays and the pair waltz across the room, her gown sparkling in the light. Royal dignitaries watch the pair dance. As the song ends, Cindy and Prince Marcus share a kiss, and the royal dignitaries applaud. Prince Marcus then picks up Cindy and carries her to the throne. The royal dignitaries applaud again. He raises his hand and the applause stops. He takes off his crown and places it on Cindy's head. He kneels in front of her.
All hail Queen Cynthia of Ithaca.
Hail Queen Cynthia of Ithaca! Hail Queen Cynthia of Ithaca! Hail Queen!
Cindy raises her hand for silence, then waves her hand for them to go. The royal dignitaries file out. She holds out her right foot for Prince Marcus. He gently takes off her high-heeled glass slipper and kisses her bare foot. She leans back as the kisses go up the back of her leg. Prince Marcus's head then disappears underneath her gown. Cindy closes her eyes and breathes deeply as she receives his affection. She bites her lower lip as he moves faster and farther up her dress. She is in mid-moan when loud splashing and screams are heard.
Give me back my ball, you cocktard!
Exterior, outdoor swimming pool, day. Cindy wakes from her reverie. The e-reader, with her name bedazzled on its cover, falls from her hand into her lap. She looks at the pool and sees Cal, 12, fighting with a slightly older boy over a water polo ball. She blows the whistle around her neck. Both Cal and the other boy stop.
Sorry, Cindy.
As she looks at them, Cal and the other boy shake hands. Cindy's frown turns into a smile, and both boys blush. The boy joins teens chatting out in the shallow end. Cal takes his ball with his name on it to the deep end. Cindy surveys the pool. Most swimmers are in groups, but Cal is by himself, tossing the ball around. When he sees Cindy look his way, he volleys the ball in the air and catches it. She smiles politely. Cal volleys the ball higher and catches it again. He volleys it a third time, even higher, and it arcs wide. He swims like mad to catch it before it hits the water. The ball hits Cal on the head, and Cindy stifles a laugh. But then she climbs down the chair's ladder to check on him.
Are you okay?
Holding on to the ledge of the pool, Cal looks up at her, embarrassed. He nods. She places a hand on his right cheek.
Be careful, okay? Calling an ambulance would ruin our weekends.
Cindy shoots him a smile. He blushes and nods again. He watches her walk back to her post, with his own hand on the same cheek she had just touched. Cindy starts to climb the ladder. The chair shakes and her e-reader slips off the seat. They watch in horror as it falls. A hand juts out and catches it in midair. Cindy and Cal both turn to see a beefy, shirtless Chet, 17, holding the e-reader. He is wearing a chain with his name in gold letters and swim trunks with lifeguard written on the crotch.
Drop this in?
Cindy climbs back down and hugs Chet, who looks a lot like the Prince Marcus of her fantasy, but with blonde hair and a slight overbite, making his chin less defined.
You're a lifesaver!
Cal shrinks at the two lifeguards' embrace.
Maybe you can pay me back later.
Cindy takes the e-reader and playfully punches his chest.
I'm sure you'd love that.
She hands over the whistle.
All right, the keys to the kingdom are yours. I'm off to buy shoes.
Chet mouths a damn as he watches Cindy walk away from behind. He climbs up into the lifeguard chair and blows on the whistle.
All right, there's a new sheriff in town, so you best behave now.
Chet points his finger like a gun and pretends to shoot. Most people ignore him, but Cal eyes him angrily. He hammers the water polo ball down into the pool, and it shoots back up. Cal swims over to it and punches it back into the water, harder, and it shoots out faster. He does it a third time with an insane force, and it disappears. Cal searches for the ball but doesn't see it anywhere. He takes a deep breath and sinks down into the pool. Interior, under the water, continuous. Looking around, he finally sees the water polo ball about a meter away from him. When he gets closer, the water polo ball slowly transforms into a white fish and swims away. As he chases after the white fish, Cal's surroundings begin to change. The blue-green in-ground pool becomes a tropical ocean floor, filled with pastel-colored coral reefs. Following the white fish through the reefs, Cal comes across a shipwreck. It swims through a small hole in the hull. Cal tries to follow it, but is too big. He swims around to find another entry point, but doesn't see one. The white fish returns with a bottle in its fins. Cal takes the bottle, confused. Opening it, a vacuum forms inside, and air is sucked out of Cal's mouth, and his body shrinks. The white fish swims back through the hole, and when he is small enough, Cal closes the bottle and swims after it. Inside the ship, Cal finds a giant trove of pirates' treasure, and in the center of the room is a glowing giant clam, which the white fish is trying to force open. Cal sucks on the bottle to grow bigger, then tosses it aside. Finding a bejeweled sword amidst the treasure, Cal jams it into the giant clam's opening and pushes down hard. After much effort, the giant clam flies open and reveals a giant glowing white pearl inside. The white fish swims into the giant clam's mouth and eats the pearl. Glowing, the white fish transforms into a mermaid in a bedazzled clamshell bikini top with Cindy's head. Cal finds a pendant amidst the treasure and gives it to the mermaid. She swims in circles of joy. But then a pounding rocks the ship, and they are knocked over by the current. Cal swims over to the mermaid, and the ship is hit again. With a third hit, the side of the hull busts open, revealing a giant octopus. Huge tentacles reach inside the ship and grab the mermaid. She screams like a whistle as she's dragged off. Cal grabs the bejeweled sword and chases after them into the middle of a coral reef. The octopus stops and turns to fight. 4 tentacles are keeping the mermaid tied up, but it swings another at Cal. Cal swims under the tentacle. He then swings the sword up, but the attack is slow and the octopus easily dodges it. The octopus swings a second tentacle Cal's way and hits him in the chest. He is knocked back into some coral. As he gets up, a third tentacle flies his way. He swings the sword to meet it and slices it clean through. The octopus screams as the severed end of its tentacle sinks to the ocean floor. Its grip on the mermaid loosens, and she swims free. Enraged, the octopus swims straight at Cal and headbutts him. Cal goes flying backwards again and ends up back in the ship. The mermaid swims over to see if Cal is all right, and the octopus hits the shipwreck again. Parts of the upper deck fall down, and Cal and the mermaid dodge the debris. Another hit, and more of the upper deck falls. The mermaid hugs Cal in fear, and they take cover behind a couple of filled chests as the shipwreck is hit a third time. The octopus peers in the shipwreck's hole. Cal sees the bottle floating among the debris. He puts his hand on the mermaid's cheek and smiles. Cal darts out from the hiding spot and grabs the bottle. He opens it and aims the nozzle at the hole. A vacuum forms, sucking air into the bottle. The octopus tries to swim away, but can't break free. A tiny octopus, the size of Cal's thumb, with a partially missing tentacle, is sucked inside the ship. He seals the bottle. He then flicks the octopus away with his finger. The mermaid swims over and kisses Cal on the lips. Exterior, outdoor swimming pool, continuous. Cal wakes from unconscious on the deck of the pool, mouth to mouth with Chet, who is giving CPR AR. They lock eyes. Chet stops mouth to mouth, and Cal turns on his side, coughing water out of his lungs. Spectators cheer.
Stick to the shallow end, kid.
Paramedics place Cal on a gurney and carry him out. Chet is patted on the back as he returns to his post.
No need to thank me, just doing my job as sheriff of this here pool.
Chet sits in the lifeguard chair and looks out. He points his finger like a gun at a swimmer. He makes a shooting sound. Ding! The swimmer spins like a carnival target and sinks. He aims at a person wading in the shallow end. The person morphs into an armed bandit. He shoots the armed bandit dead before he can draw. Chet shoots another bandit, and a third bandit. He then takes aim at a woman sunbathing on a reclining chair. He shoots the bikini off her, and she tries to cover her naked body. Chet blows on his index finger.
Still got it.
Blackout.